when you turn it into the evacuation mode, which is done by a key like this, okay, so I'm presuming you somewhere will have a key like this. This is the same key that opens the lift doors themselves. So basically, when you turn the lift into evacuation mode, it does two different things. The first thing it does, it gives you control of the lift. The second thing it does is it opens up the communication channels between the landings, the car, and what we call the F cell, which is this floor here is the fire service access landing. So in other words, when the fire brigade come, this is the floor they will come into. So turning it on is straightforward. Like I say, you take the key, 0 off, 1 on. Currently it will stay on there, it doesn't light up until you turn it on, but you have to take my word for it, it just says it's in standby. So there's two different modes, there's standby mode and evac mode. And when it's not being used, it just stays in standby mode. So you put the key in, you just turn it to the right.
What if somebody?
I think somebody's just
It's alright, it'll come back down even if they've got in there.
Okay.
So what'll happen now is the lift will come down and it'll open the doors. It's showing you now that is in evac mode and this lights up. Okay, so we'll wait for the lift to come down. Okay, so the first thing to notice is that the doors will not close now, and it says here, lift under service control. Okay, under fire service control. So it's showing you that you've now got control of this lift. So the first thing it will have done, none of the landing pushes will now work. So people can be pressing the buttons, and it's not going to do anything. The second thing is the doors will close. Okay, when the doors are open, they'll stay permanently open. And it goes into what we call peekaboo operation. So now to take the lift away, you have to put a call in, press the door close button, but it's continuous depression, so you have to keep your finger on the door close. You want to show Craig? You have to keep your finger on the door close button. You remove your finger, the doors will automatically reopen.
Doors closing. Doors closing.
Take your finger off. The doors will automatically. When you take it away, you just put a call in as normal, say to the first floor, second floor, third floor, wherever you want to go. Keep your finger on the door close button until the doors reach fully closed and the lift starts moving. At that point, take your finger off the door close button. When you get to where you're going, the doors won't try and open. You have to use the door open button to open. The reverse is true when you're opening, it's when it's closing. So if you take your finger off the door open button, the doors will close again. Once they reach fully open, you can then take your finger off the door open button. I suggest you let it get fully open and give it a count of 3 seconds, then you can take your finger off. The reason for this is if it was in a real world situation and there's a fire or an active shooter or whatever reason you're evacuating, you don't want it to go to where it is and just open the doors. You want to be able to have a look out and say, okay, it's safe, I can open the doors fully.
So press on the floor,
Doors closing.
so the doors fully close. You'll feel us take off, and then let go. When it gets to the floor,
First floor.
obviously it announces first floor. Feel the lift stop. Doors do not open until you press the door
Doors
open.
opening. Doors closing.
If you want the doors to fully stay open, like Paul said, press
Doors
and hold.
opening.
Let it still open. Just hold it for a couple of seconds, and then stay open. To go back to the ground floor,
Doors
press
closing.
and hold. The floor you want to go to. When it takes off, release, and it'll be the same downstairs. The doors won't open because we're in control of it,
Ground floor.
and it's exactly the same process. Door open button.
Doors opening.
To
Doors
peek
closing.
through. If not,
Doors opening.
fully open.
So the second part is knowing where you want to take it, which is obviously down to the communications. Now, unfortunately, this one's quite low. We had to put it where the original one was, so you might have to bend over a little bit to see the screen. But in a minute, it says there's no incoming calls, and it gives you 2 options of car and floors. Now, what that's telling me is that nobody's pressed this button on any of the other landings. So currently, there's no requests for any of the other landings for people to come and do assistance.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. When you get to 5, what does the distance can you initiate landing point?
Yes, we'll do. So now when we get to this landing, see what this button here? So when you press this button, that'll show Paul, you'll see later, that someone on this floor is requesting to get out. So that's sending a call to Paul, he has to answer it. Yes, I can
Which
hear
is
you loud
magic
and
she
clear.
does.
Yeah.
Doesn't rarely, yeah.
So is this written in people's sheets? Yeah, no problem.
It was
Connected it now. So when I press this call, it registers down to Paul's unit.
Okay.
And it says there's someone on the 5th floor. He got to accept the call downstairs, and then it's just wait.
Conversation, right, get in the lift. Yeah.
So it would
basically.
be if I was say needed help and there was a fire brigade, I'd be like, hi, I was stuck on the 5th floor. You were able to get me in, and they'll get in the lift and do that procedure to come and get us. If there was multiple people, if Paul would have like floor 5's calling, floor 4's calling, so you know that there's someone on every floor. So right now,
So the lift would actually be, could be somewhere else, and you're calling, and they'll say, okay, I've got to get someone off the 3rd floor because the fire's worse on the 3rd floor. So do you do comms now to say I'm in the lift?
no, I'll take control
Okay.
because I've got control of this
Okay.
thing. So
Doors closing.
take control.
Yeah.
The comms is just literally the communication from there, and just so you know if someone's on the 3rd floor now, Paul could be speaking to them, saying, right, we're getting someone from the 5th floor out,
Yeah.
and then get down,
I'm assuming you get the people from the top floors first,
and then work your way down.
depending on where the fire is.
And depending on, you know, if you've called first and then someone's called now, obviously I've gone past them, so I'll have to get you out and go back up.
Okay, sure.
So it's one at a time then.
You can't go
Ground
to multiple
floor.
floors.
I could if I knew. To communicate. Couldn't communicate once at a
Yeah.
time.
Ah, right,
Okay.
so you don't
Sorry.
know.
Sure.
So you could have you
But Paul
bypass people.
will have
Yeah.
floor 3 waiting.
Aye.
Do what you'll see now. So you
Yeah.
won't actually. Sorry. If multiple of us pressed it, it would say another call waiting.
Mm.
So
Mm.
when he ends the call with me on
Yeah.
the 5th floor,
Got
we
you.
can then answer the
Right.
3rd floor.
But you can only evacuate one lot at one floor at a time.
You've got to
Down
speak.
to ground.
Speak.
Yeah, so if you said to me there's someone on the 5th floor, 4th floor, 3rd
Yeah,
floor,
yeah.
I can go to every floor.
That's what I mean. That's
Yeah,
my
you can.
question.
But if he knows that prior to you, if you're up 5,
Yeah.
and he knows that, you can hit everyone.
Yes.
But if he doesn't at that
No.
point, you've just got to come down
Can
and
you
go
not
back
just
up again.
get in on the 5th floor and go do comms to ground and say, is there anyone else? Do you need me to stop at the other floors?
He would have to connect to the car.
Yeah.
Or if I'm on the
Okay.
top landing, I could say,
Yeah.
but if he's speaking to me, he's not
Aye.
speaking to
Aye.
them.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
see
yeah.
what you mean.
You only
Yeah.
speak to one person at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Aye. Yeah.
So, 2 options. It says there's no incoming calls, but it gives you the option of speaking to the car or to the floor. So we'll just show you how the car works. You press that, and it says press this button to connect. Now you can hear them.
Yeah.
Craig, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, mate. I'm going to disconnect this call. When you get to 5, initiate a call from landing 5, please.
No worries.
So then it gives you the option of disconnect.
Yeah.
Just points down to that little button there. Disconnect, it asks you to confirm that's what you want
Yeah.
to do, just in case you press the wrong button. So when he gets to the floor level now, what he's going to do is he's going to initiate a call, and you'll see that it'll tell you here that there's going to be 1 alarm in the call stations, and it'll tell you which floor it is. If you've got multiple, it'll tell you, it'll say we've got 2 alarms, 1 at 5, 1 at 4, 1 at 4, 1 at 3, whatever, 3 alarms, 4 alarms, 5 alarms, however much it is. So you'll see that in a minute when he presses it. Okay, so he's saying there's 1 alarm in the queue, and it's floor 4, 5, and again, the middle one to answer. Craig, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no problem, mate.
So literally, you press the call.
Again, disconnect, disconnect. Now, one thing to keep in mind, it works kind of like a walkie-talkie, so you have to have the button depressed to talk.
Yeah.
And you can't talk over each other. So just make sure people are aware. We've had this before where people are trying to talk at the same time, and nothing will come through. And the one on the right, these are off programming. You can press that one, and then you can scroll to what floor, so you can initiate the conversation with that floor as well. So let's just say somebody calls you, and then you disconnect that call, but then you need to get back in touch with that person to say, we're evacuating floor 5, and then we'll be with you. You can go to what floor you want, press the center one, and then you initiate the conversation. So up on that floor, this will start flashing. So they'll know that somebody's calling them, and they need to press it to answer. So typically, like I say, it's them calling you, but it does give the option of calling those doors as well. So when you're going to turn the lift back into normal service, just ensure that the doors are fully open and it's parked with the doors fully open. If the doors are only partially open, the lift won't like it. So and then the lift will just break down. The guys will have to come and reset. So just the opposite. You have to put the key in, turn it to the left. The lights will go out in about 10, 20 seconds. Those doors are shut. You can see it's just switched back into standby mode. And that is it. Oh no. So that does work. But what this doesn't do is switch this on. So this has turned that lift into peekaboo operation, but it hasn't initiated the communication system. If you use that one, it does both at the same time.
So
Basically, don't use the old one.
so don't use the old one.